If you were in charge right now, Bill, maybe even the president of the United States, what would you do?
Well, trying to denigrate Dr. Fauci probably isn't the best approach. You want the experts to get the airtime, let them talk about, what drug trials have worked, which ones haven't. Don't, mislead people on those things. And, the US CDC is a very capable organization, the best in the world. Dr. Fauci and I talk on a regular basis about this innovation pipeline and how our foundation and NIH are funding both a first wave of vaccines and then a second wave of vaccines. And so the capacity to do this right exists in the country. You just build a website, put the CDC's name on it, and it will prioritize who should get tested. You get the message about masks to be a, kind of bipartisan, let's protect other people type message. And then you engage in the complex discussion about which things it's beneficial to reopen, like, perhaps kids under 15, whereas, schools for older kids in communities with lots of infection, sadly, you probably aren't going to be able to do in person.
You mentioned masks. Should masks be nationally mandated, Bill?
Well, the downside to wearing a mask is so low that, I can't understand why, it's even a controversy at all. The mask is cheap, it's easy to wear, it has no negative effects. If you're going outside your house, you put on a mask because you'll end up getting close to people. And we know this is not a coughing disease. Just talking can expel the virus.
Do you think about things like the bills in Congress in terms of the relief, the stimulus package? Or is that kind of the stuff that you weigh in on, or have you thought about how that should go?
Well, the expertise of our foundation is more around the disease tools themselves. And so, yes, there are elements of these supplemental allocations that are very, very important to us. How we fund the therapeutics and the vaccines, including not just the United States. We're trying to get 1% of the bill that's under discussion now to go to buy vaccines for the developing countries, because not only would that save lives and have this great humanitarian and strategic benefit in terms of U.S. leadership, it's also the only thing that will stop the disease from coming back to our country. And so the idea that 1%, shows that the U.S. cares. Yes, we funded a lot of R&D, but we haven't funded the procurement for these poor countries, which historically in every global health thing, whether it's smallpox or polio or HIV or Ebola, the U.S. is there not just in a selfish way, funding its own factories, but also helping out the entire world. And so that's a very compelling case. And so I am every day talking to people in government, people at drug companies, trying to make sure that we get money for the entire world.